Watch out. The woman picked up a cup of tea and threw it in the man's face. The man was furious on the spot. The woman also pretended to be full of innocent look, and the bearded man next to her stood out. Staring at the man fiercely, he said, "She said she didn't do it." The woman rushed forward to dissuade. The other side is not a good fight. The man also did not want to attract unnecessary trouble. Then the woman sat down in the chair next to her, eyes drifting to the opposite side from time to time, hoping to attract the attention of others. At this time, the man opposite looked at them with a cold face. Seeing the woman keep staring at the opposite side, the bearded man turned his head to look at the opposite side, but the woman pulled him over, came to his ear and whispered. After listening to the bearded man, instantly changed his expression. Then the bearded man immediately stood up, angrily walking towards the man. He walked quickly to the man, a fierce look. Then he began to question each other. The man was too scared to speak. Just at that moment, the woman across the street made a gesture to him. Then, he hurriedly picked up the pen and paper on the table to write a letter of distress. The man was silent throughout. He kept staring at the woman across from him. The woman panicked and wrote a letter of distress. Fearing that the bearded man would find out, she quickly finished writing the letter of distress. The man pretended to bow down to the bearded man and admit his mistake. The woman pointed to the ground, then threw the letter of distress on the ground, showed the man must check. Then the bearded man saw that the other party completely admitted his mistake, only then satisfied to leave back to his seat in front of the woman to show off their strength. The man is in the back, watching every move across the street carefully. He was trying to figure out how to save the woman. At that moment the waiter came over, so the bearded man starts to order. The woman is distracted and looking around. Taking this opportunity, the man slowly got up from his chair. The woman looked at him with a pleading look. The man was about to pick up the letter of distress, but the waiter took it away before him. He looked at the waiter helplessly. He threw the letter of help into the trash can. The woman looked at him with a sad face. She saw the desperation in her eyes. The man pretended to get up to go to the toilet. Then he walks to the trash can. He leaned down and searched through the trash can. Soon he found the letter of distress. He looked around, then he carefully opened it and looked. He was surprised to find the woman was actually held hostage by a man, so he gritted his teeth hard. He had to find a way to save this woman. Just at that moment, the bearded man's phone call came in. Maybe it was something urgent. He didn't even have time to eat. He hurriedly took the woman away. At that moment, I did not expect the man to pry him. The bearded man looked at him with a disdainful face, a fierce expression. Looks quite arrogant. The woman took advantage of the bearded man's inattention, hurried to take away the baby in the cradle. The boy deliberately provoked the man. The man was angry and ready to strike. Fortunately, the woman was nearby to discourage. The bearded man left in anger. After seeing the bearded man leave, the man rushed over to pick up the baby. The bearded man and the woman were walking home. He suddenly found that the baby was missing, so he questioned the woman very loudly. The man saw that the bearded man found out. He rushed to carry the baby and ran. The bearded man saw this and immediately chased after him. The woman took the opportunity to run away. The man ran to the toilet and locked the door. No matter how the bearded man outside the door hissing and knocking, he did not care. This is the last line of defense. If we let him come in, the consequences are really unthinkable. Soon after, the police stood at the door and knocked and asked questions repeatedly. Only then did the man feel comfortable to open the toilet door. It turns out that just now the woman left is to go to the police for help. Then the woman told the police all the situation. The bearded man was forcibly taken away by the police. The woman's resourcefulness successfully saved herself. This woman is lucky. Fortunately, she met the righteous man. He was able to get away. Otherwise, the consequences would have been unthinkable. I used this video to remind all women friends, when in danger, first find a way to save themselves, then seek help to do a calm and effective response.